Hello, and welcome back to TRWOW Season 4, Round 7. The title for this episode is I'm in the process of voting, but I need to go to Tesco first, by 4Dice. Truly one of the voters of all time. The prompt this round was, you're God and you decided to spend life on Earth as a human to see what it's like. One day, you come across a minor inconvenience, and decide to fix it by using way greater measures than necessary. I mean way greater. As God, what minor inconvenience did you encounter? Or what over-the-top method did you use to fix it? Out of the 7 contestants who entered round 7, the winner will get the very last prize of this WoW. Of course, a triple response prize. 5 will survive, and unfortunately that means 2 contestants who place the lowest will be eliminated. For confessionals and eulogies, or should I say just eulogy, for this round, we only got 1. That was from An Artichoke. This eulogy was actually submitted last round, but I forgot to include it, so here it is. Artie, who placed 11th, said, Man, I've cooked before, but alumni cuck just hurts more. I was so close to a team player, so close to my only goal for this TRWOW, because seriously, this is a stacked AF roster, and I just wasn't good enough. I honestly quite enjoyed my response, and from the few reviews I saw, they were all positive. So I'm a little shocked that I did die, but in the end, reviews aren't everyone. And the average voter just didn't have enough dino nuggets in their childhood, I guess. Either way, rooting for Normalben, Arnoob, and Rhyme to win. Good luck, you 3. You're a great contestant, Artie, and I'm sorry you alumni cupped. But those 3 contestants you're rooting for, even though you submitted this eulogy last round, they're all still alive. Will this eulogy continue to be prophetic and predict 3 of the 5 survivors to this round? We'll just have to wait and see. Up first is previous round winner, and also round 2's winner, and also round 3's winner, Evrion. She said, Tired of potholes? I flooded the roads, letting me travel on perfectly flat water streets. That was her first response, of course, and even though she submitted 3 responses as her prize, I'll only be revealing the top 2. So no horseshit, unfortunately. Her second placing response was, Beaches were boring, so just add some sand and still water. So, I added the moon for some stick waves. That's totally rad. Let's see if the voters thought of it the same. Wow, looks like they really did. And you're really cementing your role as the front runner in this WoW. With a score of 58.67% with just your DRP, your first response looks like it's going to place well. And yeah, indeed it did. With a score of 70.92%, you're well above the zone we usually declare for safety. Of course, I can't declare you safe yet because you're the only contestant we've revealed. Next up is Epsilon. With a response so long, I have to lower the font size. Its better scoring response was, Tired of strangers knocking at my door. I dropped Commandment 11. Thou shalt not witness Jehovah. Now, I'm not an expert on religion, nor do I usually like bolding words in responses, but this was executed amazingly. The capital letters were definitely worth it. His second placing response was, I was tired of walking into spiderwebs, so I made them all neon green. All the spiders starved. Oops! Let's see if voters starved your DRP, just like you starved those spiders. (47.45% with a 37% standard deviation. Jeez. That's the highest by far for this round. Anyways, don't worry about that, because your first response is the one that matters. Let's see how it does. Looks like your religious response did well, and your followers seem to approve of the 11th commandment. With a score of 56.63%, you're looking good for yourself. Next up is Daybloom Crow. Her placing will reveal the first person safe this round, either Evrion or herself. Her better scoring response was, children's tears flood my ears. In return, they can remain muted until their 18th year. I didn't actually notice this was rhyming until I just read it out just now. If I was voting, I probably wouldn't have noticed that, but still, I like rhymes. Her second response was, one freezing hot rocket was the last straw. Wait, my microwave has a sun surface setting? I like the implication that this is actually affecting everyone on Earth, and they can just completely nuke their hot pockets. Let's see if voters found this comedic reference funny. "34.69% isn't looking good, but it's just a second response. Let's see if this rhyming response that placed above it did any better. Oof, 38.27%. Not gonna lie, that doesn't look like a very good score. In other news, everyone is safe, who would have guessed, as she survives onto round 8. Up next is Princeton powerhouse Arnoob. His better scoring response was, monocolored skies become boring fast, needing improvement. Love is in the air. Wrong. Gas leak. Just referencing that stupid, absurd Big Bang Theory meme already gets super plus points from me. I love this response. Probably one of my top 3, if not my favorite of this round, I'll admit. His second response was, warm pillows make sleeping unenjoyable. Dropping global temperatures, ice ages force cold sides. Yeah, I think that's something we can all relate to. Let's see if voters related to it as much as I did. Yeah, wow, they really did. With just your DRP, you've already secured safety as you've beaten both Epsilon and Jane's top scoring responses. But for formality's sake, we'll reveal your first response. Did you beat everyone? Let's see. You did not, but you did score over 60%, with a 60.71%, which is actually only about 0.51% higher than your other response. You're very, very, very much safe into the next round. Good job, Arnoob. The last person to be revealed before the duel zone is Late Worm 41. Late Worm said, losing my watch at the beach, I created a flock of ravens who quickly retrieved it and many others. I like it. It's got that magical Harry Potter spin to it, which I don't think a lot of people really went for. The second response was, my colored pencils broke, creating a rainstorm caused a rainbow, from which I grabbed new colors. What I like about this response is it's not direct, and just grabbing new colors, that's just a really creative concept. Let's see if the voters thought it was as creative as I thought. (53.06%). Okay, not bad. You've already beaten Jane, but this doesn't secure your safety yet. Will you place above Arnoob and do so instantaneously? Let's see. Wow, it looks like that region of the leaderboard, sorry, the 1x1 reveals is getting quite congested, with a score of 56.63%. You true tie. Epsilon. Interesting. Sorry, not true tie, but in percentiles we tie. Since Late Worm got a lower skew than Epsilon, which is not shown on this chart, He's instantly safe. How does this tie affect things? We'll just have to wait and see. Second last up is Rhyme. Now, it's either Rhyme or Daybloom Crow who will be going home today. Rhyme's first response was, when you can't see at concerts, unearth the soil below you, rising above busy crowds. First thing I thought of in this response was Rhyme used Earth Power, Pokemon reference. Will that be super effective with the voters? We'll have to see after I reveal their second response, which was Cold. Engulf the earth in layers of gigantic sweatshirts instead of dressing for weather yourself. Yeah, I like it. It's similar to the response I put for the dummy, with the axial tilt, but in reverse. To be honest, I liked late worms. Sorry, who is it? Our noobs force global temperatures down response as a cold response better. But I don't think this is bad. Let's see if the voters sandblasted it or not. If Rhyme goes above Jane, it's all over for her. I'm sorry, Jane, but informally, your journey ends here. For reveal's sake, let's reveal Rhyme's better scoring response. The Earth Power response. Yeah, wow, it did amazing. With a score of 58.16%, you're very much in the safe zone. Now, it's down to Normal Ben or Epsilon, who's... I'm not gonna say anything. Normal Ben, the person who won 2 rounds in a row, but scraped last round, is up last. His better scoring response was missing the TV remote, causing an earthquake. The remote flies into my hand. Yet another earth-bending response. But his lower scoring response was, there was the line at Walmart. Smiting the cashier, create a panic, and simply walk out of the store. Smiting, just like how Jane has been smited out of the competition, yet I forgot to update this box earlier, and also put in the red zone. Actually, this is the red zone. Don't worry, it's just your second placing response, so even if this places in the red zone, it's not over for you. Oh, with a score of 26%, I wouldn't get my hopes up though. But it's finally down to this. Normal Ben or Epsilon, who will it be? Will Epsilon finally touch the darkness and be very quite black and white, reference to his nickname? Or will Normal Ben, the 2-round winner, plus Scraper, die? It's time to find out. It's all down to this. I'm sorry, I try to keep up the suspense, but with a tie at the scrape position, it was pretty obvious that you were gonna die. With a score of 46.94%, unfortunately, that's not enough to save you today, Normal Ben. It seems like your supposed rise from the ashes streak has finally come to an end, and the Phoenix has been slain. Thank you for playing, Normal Ben and Jane. You were wonderful, and you should be very happy with your performance. Let's check the scores over time before we check the leaderboard. As you can see from this graph, Arnoob's second response was actually doing a lot better during the early stages of voting, but everyone just soared ahead since past the 7th vote. Like, wow, 10% above everyone else. As for the bottom, yeah, they were kind of stuck there. Perhaps a better indication of this would be the ranks over time, where you can see Normal Ben's worst placing response just stuck there. Same with Daybloom Crow's. Fairygold did not do very well. I'll reveal his response very soon. Perhaps a clear indication of everyone's front running and Ben and Jane's dying would be the first responses over time. As you can see, after vote 1, where Late Worm was barely dying, it became very obvious that these two would die. Marigold did not perform very well, yeah. Epsilon and Late Worm tied at the last vote, which, I mean, it's not a big deal because none of them died, but I didn't notice this until later, so I didn't ask for another vote. And to be honest, that's probably a more fair way of doing it in terms of TRWOW terms. Let's see the full leaderboard. Yeah, as you can see, many people placed around this region. And Varigold's response, it was a really short one, but I really felt like it was effective. It seems the voters didn't feel that way, and since... Well, did Barry vote himself? Sorry, just checking. No, he did not. So that's why I guess it didn't place as well. Anyways, we have our final 5 for TRWOW. Evrion, Arnoob, Rhyme, Late41, and Epsilon. Very soon, in a few rounds, one of them will be declared the winner. Who will it be? You'll just have to watch and find out. Thank you. See you next time. Good luck and goodbye.